How do you feel like you've progressed since coming back?
I think I think the offense just in general helped me grow as a player. Everybody's just buying into what coach is telling them, believing in the system that Coach Kelly's trying to put out there. So I just think it's a good deal, and just playing around them, I think it's just making me a better player. There's still a lot of things I got to work on, but I'm pretty happy with the way things are going with just the offense in general.
What do you say the main things you still have to work on are?
I think just I think more just mental, more just knowing what the defense is going to give us, figuring out blitzes and everything. So just got to figure out those things and simple it, like make it more simple for me to understand. And I think I'll get it down as the weeks go on. So.
You said on the first game you were a little bit confused by some of the defensive looks. How did you feel you felt on the second game?
The second game was better. My calls was better. I think the first game I was just worried too much about bringing it back, and I was just trying to do too much with the calls. But the second game came out just more calm. I have that one game under my belt. It just made it more simple for me, and I think it just went well. Just the offense. The guys next to me helped me a lot too. So having Chris and Dre and Mike and JB, it's just good. Everybody's helping me out too. If they say I made the wrong call or anything, but it's going well.
How do you like playing offense after a career of you were top recruit as well as a defensive player?
It's great. It's different, but I like it a lot. I just like the system that we're in. It gets to showcase a lot, not only for me but for the other offensive linemen. We have a lot of different schemes that we have that could show a lot of things that how versatile our line is, and I think just every week we're getting better as an offense and a young group, but I think we're gonna get it. We're gonna get it down. So.
How much more comfortable have you gotten making calls?
I've been more comfortable. Just I think a lot is just more film work, especially with Coach Fry. We've been harping on just making the right calls and not trying to do too much. Just focusing on doing my job and just really just doing my own job and not worrying about other things that. Just keeping it simple, everything. So,
what's the hardest part of making those calls?
I think the hardest part is just, I don't know. I just see people moving in the back, so I'm just automatically thinking I need to do something about it. But it's just a lot. The guys next to me help me a lot, just making sure that I don't just make the wrong call or just be making calls just because I see people moving, the defense moving. But I think it's been getting a lot better. So.
You talk about Chris and Andre helping you out. Do you ever talk to Scott Quesenberry still? He had a lot of snaps at center here the last couple of years.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him since season started, but he contacted me I contacted him over when Coach Kelly first told me before spring ball. So, and he was just telling me little things to focus on, and I just think just having him there, and especially going against him the last 2 years, gave me more I don't know, it just gave me more things to look at. I've been going back to watching games from last year, watching Scott and how he does run the same plays we're running right now. So.
You mentioned watching film. What else have you kind of done to improve?
Just a lot of the extra work, extra snaps with DTR. I had one bad snap, Colorado, so I can't just make sure I'm getting my snaps down. Working different techniques with my hands, shooting my hands more, and yeah.
The offensive line has had 100. Kelly's rushed for 100 yards for the last 2 games. How does that make you feel as a group?
It definitely is. It's definitely positive for our group. Josh Kelly just brings a lot of energy. He's such a positive guy. It's just good to have him around every time, because he just comes in smiling no matter what the situation is, and that really helps our offensive line. We see somebody back there who, no matter what, if it's a loss of yards or a play where it's just broken up, you just turn around, see him smiling, just waiting for my call and everything. It's good for our offensive line just see if we all buy into what Coach Kelly's trying to teach us and what Coach Fry's trying to teach us, how successful we could be. So.
How much confidence does it give you knowing that you did so well against such a good defense last week, the Washington defense?
It gives us a lot of confidence just as an offense in general, as a team in general, just seeing how well, if we all just, focus in on doing our own jobs and not trying to do too much, just focusing on what we have to do. It shows, just playing one of the top defenses in the country, one of the top teams in the country, showing us what we could do as a team when we all lock in and just come out with energy and just focus on doing our jobs.
How do you take what you learned against Washington and parlay it into Cal?
What was that?
How do you take what you learned against Washington and take it into the Cal game without losing it?
Definitely played some really great defensive linemen last week and the week before that. So just focusing on doing what we have to do as an offensive line, as an offense. Not trying to do too much, just go out there and do our jobs. And you know, if we do what we did last week and just be focused, come out with energy, you know, I think we'd be successful against Cal. So.
Quentin says it's about time that you guys get a win. It feels that way. How does it feel to you just chasing this first win?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I mean, the record's not what we wanted to start off with, but a lot of people want to see what goes on behind closed doors. I think we're just getting better week by week, especially as a young group. I just think a lot of younger guys are starting to see them thrive and really be successful. It's just good to see. The record's not what it should be. I feel like we should be winning more games, but I definitely think we're getting better week by week. So.
Are you excited to go home?
Oh, definitely. I just can't wait to be back. My family doesn't really get to travel to every game, so just to see my whole family there in the stands this weekend, it's going to be exciting. So.
How do you think they're going to feel seeing you at offensive line instead of defensive line?
It's different. Like my mom, she's always talking to me about like how I look bigger. I don't know if it's the knee braces or something, but it's just good. Just being on the field every play instead of just going out. Be on defense for certain situations, but just being a big part of the team and having to make calls and everything, I think it's really challenging, but I really like the position a lot. So
you guys allowed no sacks on Saturday. What was kind of the key to that?
I think it just all comes down to just doing our job, making the right calls, everybody doing their technique, and just being focused on the guy we had to block. So. I just think a lot of the guys, we have a lot of good leaders on our offensive line, just with Mike and Dre, and with Justin Murphy too. But yeah, we'll be excited to have him back also. So
there's a lot of guys on your team from the Bay Area, so there has to be a pretty good competition for those extra tickets. How you doing with that?
I got my tickets already. I already asked last week with Low Candy.
You were ahead.
Yeah, I had to get in, so I got my tickets ready. So I don't know what the other guys are gonna do, but I got my tickets ready for my family. So.
How many did you get?
Right now, I got 12, so I need to get more tickets actually, but we'll see.
As an offensive lineman, what makes you happier, the no sacks or having a 100-yard rusher?
Both. I like just being successful, especially with our. We haven't really had a 100-yard rush. I don't know what it was the last time we had a back-to-back 100-yard rusher, but
2015.
2015.
Perkins.
Wow. Yeah, I think it's good for our offense. Just see what we could do. We just all do our jobs and everything. So I'm just happy for Josh Kelly too. He's a really positive dude. Yeah, so.
What's been kind of the difference in the line the past 2 games that's kind of allowed that rushing success?
I think a lot of just Coach Fry. Coach Fry's been really good. Just being real with us, telling us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. So I just think Coach Fry plays a really big role in how successful our offensive line's been doing. So, and everybody from Dre all the way to JB on the line, they all been just working hard, really hard, focusing on little details and just getting everything done the right way. So,
thanks, boss.
Yep.